Mr. Bob drifted off to sleep, unaware of the challenge that awaited him. In his dream, Beethoven appeared, a stern figure in the moonlight. He held a sheet of music and began to play a beautiful but unfamiliar melody. The notes of the Moonlight Sonata filled the air, and the dreamscape shifted. The trees swayed, the stars twinkled, and Bob felt a strange sensation. He was being challenged to a musical duel. Beethoven's eyes sparkled with anticipation as he gestured for Bob to join him. Bob looked around and saw a piano in the corner, surrounded by a mysterious fog. He was ready to accept the challenge. The challenge was on. Bob and Beethoven took their places at the piano, each determined to outplay the other. Bob felt a surge of confidence as he began to play, the notes of the Moonlight Sonata coming alive beneath his fingers. Beethoven's face lit up with surprise as Bob's skill became apparent. The duel was on, and the music soared through the night sky. Bob felt a rush of excitement as he played, feeling the music in his soul. The music came to a crescendo, and the dreamscape began to fade. Bob opened his eyes to find himself back in his bedroom. He had won the challenge, and the Moonlight Sonata would never be the same. The aftermath, Bob awoke with a start, feeling a strange sense of accomplishment. He had won the challenge, and the Moonlight Sonata was forever changed. He felt a deep connection to the music, as if it were a part of him. He looked around his bedroom and smiled. The dream had been so real, but now it was over. He had faced his challenge and won, and he was proud of himself. The Moonlight Sonata was now his. He sat down at his piano and began to play. The notes of the Moonlight Sonata filled the room, and Bob felt a sense of peace. He had faced his challenge and won, and he was ready for the next one. The legacy. Bob's challenge had changed the Moonlight Sonata forever. The melody was now his, and he had a newfound appreciation for the music. He began to play the song at every opportunity, and soon it became his signature piece. People from all over the world began to recognize the song, and Bob's fame grew. He was invited to play at concerts and festivals, and his music was heard by millions. The Moonlight Sonata had become a legend. Bob continued to play the song for the rest of his life, and it became a symbol of his success. He had faced his challenge and won, and the Moonlight Sonata was now his legacy. The dream, Bob's dream, had been so vivid, and he often thought back to it. He remembered the challenge, the music, and the feeling of accomplishment. He had faced his challenge and won, and he was proud of himself. He often wondered if the dream had been real, or if it had just been his imagination. But one thing was certain: the dream had changed him. He had faced his challenge and won. And he was now a different person. He would never forget the dream or the challenge he had faced. He had faced his challenge and won. And he was now a master of the Moonlight Sonata. The end. And so the story of Mr. Bob and the Moonlight Sonata comes to an end. He had faced his challenge and won. And he was now a master of the song. He was proud of himself and of the music he had created. The song was now his, and it would live on forever. It was a reminder of his courage and of the challenge he had faced and won. The Moonlight Sonata was now his legacy, and it would be remembered for generations to come. The song was now his, and it would live on forever. He had faced his challenge and won. And he was now a master of the Moonlight Sonata.